NBA free agency day 2 has been underway for quite some time, and the only thing that happened with the New York Knicks is Isaiah Hartenstien leaving to sign a 3-year, $87 million deal to go play for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So that leaves the Knicks in a spot of what are they going to do to try to replace him. And we've got some news and updates from Ian Begley and Fred Katz talking about potential players that are free agents, as well as Precious Achiuwa and what the future might be for him. But make sure you are subscribed to the channel before we dive into that. We're on our way to 51,000 subscribers. We put out a video this morning when Hartenstien signed. We've been live on the channel for over 7 hours over the last 2 days. So subscribe and turn your notifications on so you never miss a thing when it comes to the blue and orange. Fans want to hear about is Precious Achiuwa. And Fred Katz, as I'm going, I believe Fred Katz reported that the Knicks are still interested in bringing him back. And if they do, he would be looked at as the backup center to Mitchell Robinson. Ian Begley says this, told free agent big man Precious Achiuwa has received interest from several contending teams and remains open to returning to the New York Knicks. The Knicks obviously are in the market for a big man following Hartenstein's departure. They will have or should have access to the $5 million taxpayer mid-level exception. So if you want to bring Achiuwa back, same deal, $5.2 million. I thought Achiuwa did a good job of filling in for when Randle went out. Had to slide in that starting lineup. Obviously not Randle. A little bit undersized to be a backup center, just 6'8", 225 pounds, but he plays hard, underrated shot blocker, good athlete, strong rebounder. He might be the best available option for you. I would not be upset at all if Achiuwa inks a deal to return to the New York Knicks. Next player we're going to talk about on today's show is actually not a free agent. It's Walker Kessler, the big man from the Utah Jazz, a player that's been in the league now for 2 seasons. He was a first-round pick, number 22 overall in the draft of 2022. And reports have come out that the Utah Jazz have made him available for a trade. The trade that makes the most sense is potentially Deuce McBride for Kessler. Kessler, in his career, has played in 138 games. He's got legit size as well, over 7 foot. He averages 8.7 points per game, 2.4 blocks, one of the best rim protectors in the NBA. He's giving you 8 rebounds per night as well. Very similar offensive game as Mitchell Robinson, just a dunker spot guy. But at 7 foot, 22 years old, could it make some sense? That was the trade idea that we talked about on our live show. Maybe you include Mitchell Robinson with Deuce McBride and go out there and try to find a package. This works money-wise. I'm not so sure who would do it. Would the Knicks say no? Would the Jazz say no? I don't even know what my opinion on this is. I think it's a decent trade. We had it up as our live poll during our live free agency day 2 coverage, and we had 882 people vote, and 52% said decline. So it's right down the middle. Would you do the deal? A for accept, D for decline. I've got to wait and see what else is out there. James Wiseman is a player that I have definitely kept my eye on throughout free agency as someone that maybe the Knicks could buy low on and hope that Tom Thibodeau could work his big man magic with. Look, 2nd overall pick out of Memphis a couple of years ago. That was the 2020 NBA draft, and he just hasn't played a lot of basketball. 147 games played since that 2020 season. Career averages of 9 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, shoots 56% from the floor. He's obviously got talent. One of the top high school recruits, was the number 2 overall pick. Could you get him on a cheap deal that maybe Tom Thibodeau can work his magic on? I would be open to it, but if he's the only move you make at center, I would be a little bit worried about how this goes moving on forward. But Wiseman, I would take a cheap deal on him to potentially see if he could become the player we all thought he might be. Mo Bamba, another name that a lot of Knicks fans have asked me about, the New York native. And I'm okay with the idea of signing Bamba. Very similar situation to me, though, as Wiseman. Bamba is a solid shot blocker. He's 7 foot tall, definitely skinny at 231 pounds. He's a little more seasoned, though. 332 games in his career. Career averages of 7 points per game with 1.3 blocks, The thing that's most intriguing to me for Bamba is over the last 2 seasons, he's attempted 1.8 threes per game, and he knocks it down at 38%. So you could add a big man that protects the rim and could stretch the floor a little bit. So that's intriguing, but I'm just not so sure how much production you're going to get from Mo Bamba at this point. He's been in the league a while. I think he is what he is. Daniel Theis, another free agent center, spent a lot of time with the Boston Celtics. He's been on the Indiana Pacers before. Hard-working guy, spent last year with the Los Angeles Clippers, a little bit undersized, plays bigger than what he is, can be similar to what Hartenstien is in that dribble handoff type of guy. Not going to light up the stat sheet for you. And let's be honest, at this point, if you're a free agent and you're willing to sign the taxpayer mid-level exception, you're probably not that much of a needle mover. None of these guys are sexy options. None of these guys are going to extremely swing the needle. Maybe the Knicks look to make a big-time trade. Maybe they look to do something else. What do you think? Name a big man you want the Knicks to sign. Name a big man you want the Knicks to sign. Bitadze, Wiseman, Bamba. Not great options out there. It stings Hartenstein's gone. You look at just the best NBA free agents left. DeMar DeRozan, rumors he's going to the Los Angeles Lakers. There's been talks of a sign-and trade for Tyus Jones. Caleb Martin of the Miami Heat is still out there. Gary Trent Jr. as well as Buddy Hield, 2 sharpshooters. But none of these guys are going to be within the Knicks tax bracket. Sadiq Bey, Malik Beasley, Precious Achiuwa, Taurean Prince. I have no interest in Miles Bridges. And then a guy like Gordon Hayward. Mo Wagner is another name we haven't talked about. Maybe he could be of interest for the New York Knicks. Does he want to leave his brother, though, down in Orlando? Haywood Highsmith available as well as Luke Kennard and Kyle Anderson. Slim pickings. Knicks need a big. I would lean toward Bitadze, Achiuwa to spend my taxpayer mid-level exception on. And then I'm trying to get Wiseman or Bamba on the cheap. I think you could do that, and you're making lemonade out of lemons, because that's what you've been handed at this point. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We're going to be live to continuing breaking down NBA free agency, free, informative, entertaining content every day, multiple videos every day. So subscribe, turn the notifications on, and on the way out, be a real one and hit that thumbs up icon.